Hello everyone, how are you? I hope everybody's doing good. I am sitting here waiting for a lacrosse game to start. It's pouring rain out, and so I thought I would do a video because there's some things that I wanted to talk to you about. And one of them is something that we constantly, as women, I think find ourselves in. And maybe it's just me, but hopefully you guys can relate. So what happens when you are completely stressed out? Yep, me too. I eat, and I eat a lot. One of the things that happens when we are stressed out, full of anxiety, that sort of thing, our body creates a hormone called cortisol. And one of the things that kind of controls that is food. And that is when we are stressed out, we crave carbohydrates, sugar, and fatty foods. And those things seem to satisfy us. Although we eat a little, and then we eat a little more, and a little more, and a little more. And it doesn't always become a binge eating episode, but it can. And one of the things I want you to get familiar with is to know your triggers. And how do you do that? You write them down. When you find this thing happening to you, where you are just all of a sudden eating anything and everything, start to write it down. Find out what's triggering those things. I've had a lot of things going on this past week, and it seems like one thing after another, after another, after another. And usually I feel like I am pretty in control. I've figured out what those triggers are for me when I was journaling for 3 months, everything I ate and how I felt and what was going on. And all of a sudden today, I was at Walgreens picking up some things, and I thought, I'm just going to get myself a little smidgen of something. And I should have known right away. I'm going to buy myself some chocolate. When I start feeling that I need chocolate, I'm not typically a chocolate person. I like some of like Starburst and Skittles and that sort of thing. I'm not always a chocolate person. I'm sweets. And I decided I was going to buy this bag of Snickers because they're tiny. See, that is actual size, that little tiny piece. So they're tiny. And I thought, I'm going to have a couple of these and then bring these home to Escher. Well, needless to say, I ate the entire bag. The entire bag. He didn't even get one. Not one. So, anyway, it happens. I had a bellyache after. I felt like crap. I thought, crap, I just fell off the wagon. And I didn't feel so great about myself, especially leading you guys. But I want you to know that it happens to everybody. When we are stressed out, we have to be able to recognize those signs. 1, be aware. Be aware. Keep a journal. Know what those triggers are. Know what's going to cause them. And then 2, replace that trigger with something else. And I read this great article and I wrote this down, and it talked about like 1-minute fixes. One thing was to sip on black tea. If you felt yourself kind of feeling like this, what happened, excuse me, is when people sipped on black tea, the levels of cortisol decreased a lot. And so people got out of that binge feeling. They got out of that wanting to have the fatty foods and the chocolate, which sends this response in as a comfort food. And I'm sorry, I keep looking. These people keep walking by. They probably think I am crazy. But you know what? Today I feel crazy. So that's okay. The other thing is to give yourself something that would replace that feeling, something that makes you feel good. One thing, if you had the time, exercise, go for a walk, get down and do a plank, do a wall sit, do some push-ups. Anything that gets your mind off of that, so something super quick, would be a great idea. Also, it said to give yourself a foot massage. I know the feet are full of all kinds of great things, and I know, Sandy, you can attest to that. Being a chiropractor, you know from our feet, everything that's going on with our body. So to give yourself a quick foot massage, which I found that like highly, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. I just think it was super cool. And the other one is breathing exercises. When you kind of feel yourself going out of control, learn how to do some breathing exercises. And just kind of ground yourself, center yourself, and get back on track. So I just wanted to come to you and tell you, emotional eating, yeah, it's a real thing. And it happens. And it happens a lot to people. And you can't beat yourself up over it. You know, because if you beat yourself up over it, you're going to stress yourself out even more. And then it's going to happen time and time and time and time again. So hopefully going through this lifestyle change, you start to realize some of those things that trigger those responses, and you get better at it. And then when you fall off the wagon, you just hop right back on. So anyway, hope you're having a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon.